Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. Today we're playing Jax versus Mordekaiser top. Skill matchup, one that's Jack's favorite until 6. After 6 it evens out a bit. So here, I know Mordekaiser's going to want to try to queue those 3 creeps for the CS. I tried to walk up to him to zone him off of them and maybe get a trade, but he spaces me well enough that I can't get into melee range for the E trade. So his Q's on cooldown, I can walk up on him a bit. And you see here he walks up, so I see the opening, I go for the E trade. Get some autos off, proc the bone plating, you know. He walks up, his Q's on cooldown again. Now, my E trade there shoved the wave in a bit hard. So if I don't hard shove the wave here now, if I let the wave slow push, it's gonna get caught right in front of his tower, right? And it's really awkward to trade when the wave is that close to like right in front of the tower, right? It's really awkward to trade his Jax if the wave is right in front of their tower. So, you know, while Mordekaiser is distracted with those minions, I'm going to go see if I can do something, right? So, I go ward the enemy's jungle, just to try to track Yee's pathing, right? Help my team and myself track Yee's pathing. So we see him, he sweeps the ward, but that's fine because now we know he's on his blue buff, right? So now everyone on the map knows where Yee is, so that's good. So, here I go for the quick trade. I dodge the Mordekaiser E here, and I should have extended that trade, right? Because usually what happens is you jump on Mordekaiser. In these early levels, how the trade patterns go is you want to jump on him and trade on him with E running, and you want to try to dodge his E. If he misses the E, then you just keep extending the trade, right? Until he uses W, at which point you usually will have to back off unless you can turn it into an all-in and fight. Because he didn't use his W, any trade I try to take on him now is I have to deal with that huge W resource bar now, right? Because I didn't force his W that first time. So try to force his W when you trade on him in these early levels, right? So here, I got the ward down, it just came up, so now I feel a little bit more comfortable trading into the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's Q's on cooldown, so now I'm looking for the trade. I could have probably extended the trade there with an E, and then try to dodge his E, but I'm still a little bit wary of the E, but I could probably have gone for the E trade there. Here we see Yee come in from behind. So, leap to the Yee to get closer to the tower and away from the Mordekaiser, and just keep the E up. Don't proc it early or anything, just leave it up to minimize Yee's damage. And now there's so many reasons why I can't contest Mordekaiser here, right? I just have to let him push here, because here's the thing. I'm out of mana. Yee could still be in the bush, ready to set up a dive if I take a bad trade. Mordekaiser has a full W bar, and the minion wave that he has with him is too big, right? So for all of those reasons, I can't contest at all. Just let the wave crash, right? Don't try to coin flip anything. Don't try to coin flip like some kind of weird fight, right? Just farm it up under tower. And yeah, because the kind of secured Mordekaiser's shove there, right? And sometimes you just have to take the L, the minor L, right? Because this is like, we'll probably have to blow our TP here, right? But that's fine. What wouldn't have been fine is if we tried to force that freeze on Mordekaiser so that we don't have to blow our TP, and then he just, and then he kills us and then we lose that whole wave, because that's lane over instantly, right? So, you know, sometimes you have to take the small L to not take a bigger L. So here I want to hard shove the wave. Mordekaiser is going to get back and hold the freeze before I can shove this wave in, right? But what I want to do is I want to push this wave in and recall as fast as I can. Because, you see, look, if the wave is pushing away from you, and you have access to the wave, what you want to do is you want to shove like I did, as hard as you can, because look, right now the minions aren't attacking the enemy minions, right? My minions, for as long as possible, I want my minions to not be attacking the enemy minions while I'm recalling and TPing back, because while they're not attacking minions, I'm not losing minions, right? While my minions are not attacking his minions, I'm not losing minions. So you see, I only lost 1 minion from all that time, because I shoved that hard, right? So Mordekaiser uses Q here, going for the trade every time. This matchup is basically a whole lot of Mordekaiser trying to poke you out with Q. And if he ever uses his Q, ideally what you want to be doing is walking in and out of its range to try to bait it out. And if he uses it, then you want to look for a trade, right? If he then backs off to deny you the trade, then he's then sacking lane prio. So here, you know, make sure the wave crashes, and there we go. Mordekaiser now has to clean up that wave again, you know, sick the minions on him, leave them to keep him busy for a bit, while we go do stuff on the map, you know, because we could just stare at him under tower, right? But that's pointless. So look at this. Here's a talent, we can look for a roam. Zed full all-ins him. We wait to see if the ignite kills. It doesn't, so we flash and secure it, right? So now, we're back on our way to top lane. Mordekaiser has level 6 now, right? We can see it right here. He's level 6. So now the matchup changes, right? We can't just jump on him with E running anymore. Before the matchup was, you jump on him with, you try to bait out his Q, and then you jump on him with E running, and then you try to force an extended trade, right? Because he doesn't do that much damage to that Q, right? And you dodge his E when you jump on him. You try to dodge his E when you jump on him, so that he can't disengage from you, and then you just punish him, right? But now the matchup has changed. Now he actually can fight you if you are careless, right? So here's how it works generally. If you jump on Mordekaiser after 6, here he uses his Q. I take a quick trade there. I could probably have extended the trade there with an E, to be honest, because he used his Q there, but here definitely I can extend the trade. Here definitely I can use my E and just extend the trade there, because usually, so how the matchup goes after 6 is, if you jump on Mordekaiser, he might just ult you and force a fight, right? When you and Mordekaiser fight, Mordekaiser can get about 2 Qs off in the fight. If he lands, yeah, Mordekaiser can get about 2 Qs off in the fight. If he can land both of them, he wins the fight. If you dodge one of them, you win the fight. Now you see, because we used our flash on Talon mid, we can't just flash one of his Qs to secure the fight win, right? So that's why I'm not using my E as aggressively. Is because I want to have my E in case he ults me, and I like beat him in short trades anyway, right? So I'm just going for these like quick poke trades. So here we go, I'm just walking Mordekaiser in. You have to walk Mordekaiser in to make sure that he has to deal with your minions under tower like this. Like, you have to walk Mordekaiser in to make sure that the wave crashes and then he has to deal with the minions under tower. And now you see I can go, while he's busy with the minions again. While they're distracting him, I can just go, you know, whatchamacallit, go look for stuff, right? Here I go for the blue because I didn't actually want to back. I didn't actually want to back yet because if Mordekaiser started shoving top lane, I wouldn't have done this blue, right? I would have gone straight back top lane if Mordekaiser started shoving the wave, because I have such a health lead and item lead on him that I don't actually want to have a full reset, right? But I'm willing to take a full reset here if Mordekaiser just wants to back while the wave is pushing away from him, because then he's going to lose minions and I get a free blue buff, right? Here I'm going Bork because I really like Bork into Mordekaiser. It's a really good item. It's solid. It's not optimal into Talon because he has a lot of burst and you'd like a little bit of tankiness, but it's fine. It's fine into Yi and it's solid it's fine into Draven and it's good into Thresh. So, but yeah, as I was saying about the Mordekaiser all-in, yeah, just dodge his Q, look for trades. But yeah, so I was being very careful with using my E on the Mordekaiser trades there because I wanted it for when he pressed R, right? And in case he forced an all-in on me. So right now we're just forcing a freeze here. Ready for battle. You know, seeing what's going on. Trying to get trades down on him so that we can soften him up for an all-in. I really want to trade on him now because his Q's on cooldown. His Q is a very short cooldown, so you pretty much have to jump on him immediately after he uses it, otherwise it's going to be pretty much back up. Like in these later levels, I mean. At level 7 and level 7, 9-ish, his Q has a very short cooldown. Here I'm just zoning Mordekaiser out from helping. Just ready to assist if I need to. So right now, we're slow pushing here. This turned into a slow push now, right? And right now we want to slow push so that we can prep our Bork, right? Because you can see we're 400 gold off of our Bork, right? So we want to slow push this until we have enough for our Bork, at which point we're going to hard push, reset, and then get our item, right? Because playing for your first item is perfectly valid because on most champions, Jax being definitely one of those champions, it is a very good, it's a very big power spike, right? So here we see, you know, we need 200 gold for our Bork. So we're going to slow push this wave and we're going to hard shove the next wave. Mordekaiser is just playing super safe, so that's fine. He's giving us complete lane prior, so we get to do, he's giving us complete wave control, so we get to do whatever we want with the minions, right? So we get to dictate the tempo and who backs when. So here we're going to hard shove because we have enough for our Bork after this wave, right? Just hard shove this here. And there we go. We just have to secure that. Versus Mordekaiser, you just have to make sure that the wave crashes, right? Because you have to walk your wave in. Because... yeah, he can freeze it really easily. With his W, he can just freeze it super easily. I was trying to say that earlier, but I got sidetracked with stealing blue buff. So there we go. We finished our Bork. We're now so strong versus this Mordekaiser, right? Right now, I'm looking top lane to see if I need to TP back, right? If Mordekaiser started hard shoving the wave immediately, I would have TP back. But we can see he's slow pushing it, so we don't actually have to TP back. We can just walk back to lane normally. Mordekaiser does have the wave shove. Like, he does have the wave clear to be able to shove the wave before the next wave gets there. So he could have actually hard shoved, and that would have been the correct play. See, he's trying to get the wave in very quickly before I got there to stop him. Here I just drag the wave. I feel comfortable doing this because I want to set up a freeze. And 1 minion gets away from me, sad. But I feel comfortable doing this because I have the lifesteal from the Bork and the sustain from the refillable potions, right? So, you know, once you get some sustain items, you can start, you know, being a bit more aggressive with pulling waves and stuff. Because you see, we're down like 290 health right now, right? But we're going to heal most of that back up by the time Mordekaiser gets back to lane. Here I misclick aggressively. Unfortunate. Missing CS 1v0. Pretty unfortunate. So right now, I really want to fight the Mordekaiser. I really want to Psycho Olin's Mordekaiser as soon as I find him. Because I have Bork advantage. Here I got hit by the E, I need to leave, right? That's a misplay by me. I panic flash. Oh no, it's looking bad. I need to dodge the Q, I need to dodge the Q. Okay, dodge the Q. Ward the bush so that he can't break vision. And just barely make it because of Bork advantage, right? I completely messed up that fight. I should have been dead, right? Like, getting hit by the Mordekaiser E, horrible. Continuing to chase after getting hit by the Mordekaiser E, extremely horrible. But, you know, just we just first item diffed him there. And managed to dodge that Q. And yeah, if you guys enjoy watching me supremely scuff up a fight and then survive it by the skin of my teeth, then remember to like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. And if you guys learned something new from the video, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So here, my team's doing Dragon. So I want to go help, you know? So I go over to mid lane to make sure that my team can secure it. Also, there's a big wave pushing into mid lane, right? So I can just farm that up. And then I can be in mid lane in case my team needs me, right? Then I can be close. I see Ezreal coming over, so I decide, oh, okay, so, you know, Ezreal can just take the farm, you know? Ezreal gets sidetracked, though, by a Talon fight. By trying to get the Talon, and he gives up pretty much the whole mid wave, so I could have actually farmed that. But since Ezreal was going to go farm it, I decide, but because I thought Ezreal was going to go farm it, I wanted to go top lane because I didn't want to spend time farming a wave that another one of my teammates could farm, right? When I have a wave coming towards me top side. So here, take a quick trade. Just disengage there. And yeah, just set up another freeze. I have Bork, I have Ionian Boots, I'm really strong right now. I went Ionian Boots this game because I don't really like plated steel caps or Merc Treads this game. They don't have enough CC to warrant the Merc Treads. Hold on, here's a play. My team's coming into gank, so we start fighting the Mordekaiser. Here, Janna saves me. So go back, bonk him, back off. I could go for the Mordekaiser on the left here, I should, but I kind of forget about his existence. And I just wrap around to the right to make sure that Yi dies. But Yi was most likely dead there, right? So I should have just gone for the Mordekaiser, secured that kill there. So that was a slight mistake by me, but you know, it still works out, right? But yeah, as I was saying, oh actually no, there's some more action before I can keep talking. So I have to run down here, save the Janna, right? Use my E to try to peel her, get the stun off. He presses R. I start bursting him. I know he's gonna wall hop, so I hop after him and just finish him off. Here, we shove the wave as well, so that Mordekaiser can't come back and shove our wave and then deny us this wave that we're killing right now. Because he's going to be back in lane before us, right? And so yeah, as I was saying about the boots, they don't have enough CC to make the tenacity on Mercutre's worth it. And the play steel caps aren't that good versus isn't as good as Ionian boots versus their team. Because it's good versus Draven, it's not that great versus Talon because he's not an auto attack based champion. It's not even that good versus Yi, right? Because Yi does true damage mostly. Or a big portion of it, which means plated steel caps don't actually reduce his damage that much. So here I go in, I TP in. I should leap to the Janna here. After his Alpha Strike finished, I should have leapt to the Janna and disengaged, and then re-engaged when my E came back up. But I wanted to try to burst the E, but that was incorrect. I should have just completely disengaged because I had a huge shutdown. I shouldn't play that recklessly when I have that big of a shutdown, right? When you have a big shutdown, you need to ideally do stuff, right? You want to do stuff, but you don't want to die, right? Because look at that now, right? We got a 1-for-2 top lane, right? Which is, you know, fine, but they got Herald, which is 300 gold, right? Which nothing we could have done about that. But the difference is that they got Herald and they got 750 gold from me, right? Whereas we killed them both and got 300 gold each, which means they got 1,050 gold. We got 600 gold, right? Not worth. Lilia stole some of his camps, so maybe we can equate it to about 800-ish gold because Yi died. Sure, but like, it's still not optimal. Like, we didn't need to die there. We absolutely did not need to die there. So yep, team's just bullying Yi out of his jungle. Here, just applying pressure to top lane, trying to get the wave in. And now we see Mordekaiser is bot lane, yes. Now we see Mordekaiser is bot lane. So, here's the thing. We're split. Now, here's the thing. Mordekaiser just did something very dangerous, right? If you have a split pusher right up against your tower, right? You need to be very certain, and you want to TP away, you need to be very certain that's what you're going to do, right? That's what you want to do. Because if that's not correct, basically when you TP away, you're saying to the split pusher, okay, Mr. Split Pusher, you can have this tower that you're right up against as well as the tower, the next tower, right? So you're probably going to feed away, and you're definitely going to give away at least one tower, right? Probably two. Or, yeah, likely two, if it's a proper split push champion, right? So, he TP'd away, so you can do it, but you need to make sure that that TP is going to be worth it, right? So, Mordekaiser TP'd away to fight bot lane, and gave me 2 towers for free, basically, there. He didn't even get that much, right? Like, that team fight wasn't for an objective even, right? So, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Here I time his TP so that we can know, you know, work around his timings. I'm just walking down to Dragon here to secure it. Because here's the thing, I want to be split pushing bot lane now, right? We try to look for a play mid lane. Nope, nothing to be done, so we just grab the mid farm here. See, I want to be split pushing bot lane now, right? Because Baron's up. I want to be on the opposite side of the map of the objective that is up, right? And I have TP coming up, so I want to, you know, use my split push power. So I don't actually want to go top lane now. So I'm just hovering around bot lane here. Just applying pressure and looking for a play. Because me going top lane right now, it's just not right. It's just not correct. So I'm just hovering around, making sure Ezreal can pressure. If they try to engage on him, I'm here to cover, right? I go up into the enemy team's topside jungle, maybe I can steal some camps. Here we catch a Yi. I go over, you know, secure the kill. Definitely secure. It's definitely not a steal, it's definitely a secure. And Lilia calls for Baron, you know. Mordekaiser's bot, and Yi's dead, so you know what? Yeah, we can definitely do Baron here. Here Talon goes for the engage in the Janna, she heals a bunch. Talon disengages after using his ultimate. Thresh flashes in, so I decide to turn here. Try to flash in the Talon, fail it. Just jump on the Draven here. Just trying to deny, like, them from messing with my team on the Baron, right? And yeah, Draven just has no way to get away from you as Jax, right? Like, the only counterplay Draven has is Eing you on your Q, and like, Draven's E was on cooldown, I'm pretty sure, so there was pretty much, at that point, there was nothing he could have done. So here, I recall, start working towards my Black Cleaver. I really like Black Cleaver as a third item after Bork and Divine Sunderer. If I build Bork and Divine Sunderer, I really like Black Cleaver as a third item, because it gives really good stats, right? It gives health, it gives AD and ability haste, but also it gives armor shred for the Divine Sunderer and Blade of the Ruined King on-hit effects, like their percent health damage, right? So percent health damage, you know, percent health damage synergizes really well with the armor shred. So I really like it as a third item with this build specifically. It just gives you so much damage in a sustained fight, specifically speaking. So here, here we see that their team is, the majority of them was bot lane just now. So I feel comfortable just pushing here, right? I'm not scared of getting jumped by them too hard. Here I get some damage down on the tower, just to press E to nullify Draven's damage, and then I stay in range here. I just stay in range here to keep the minions baroned up. And I just keep applying pressure, right? My team is applying pressure bot, so I need to keep applying pressure top lane here. I see their Draven is bot side, so, and I'm not scared of Talon, so I'm ready to jump on this Mordekaiser if he walks up on me. Mordekaiser eased me in, so I decided to just go for it, you know? Here I'm just trying to force his ult, right? Yep, I take some damage on the way out, but you know what? I don't like mind at all, right? Just force his ultimate out. Here, I just force the tower off of him. Mordekaiser without his ultimate, you know, he can't steal my stats. I'm not scared of him at all. Backstep his Q, re-engage on him, press R, and just mulch him. My team aces them bot side, so very good spot, right? If Lilia was here with Zed, we could probably end 3 top side, because we have minions here, right? Thresh is the only one that's up there, dead for 20 seconds. But Lilia isn't, so we take what we can, right? So we take the Nexus tower here, and we take that mid tower along with that inhib. Yeah, so we take the mid tower here, and then we take the inhib. See, we could have ended if Lilia was close by, right? But you know, because she wasn't, we live in the reality, not in what the could be, right? So living in the reality means not trying to end like psychopaths because you know, we should have been able to end there, right? So there I go get the wolves because I'm really close to my Black Cleaver. There we go. And here I should TP. I should already be TPing here. This is not pretty. What you guys are about to witness is not pretty. So I come in here, I TP. Yi just shreds me. I'm too focused on the Draven. I could probably have finished the Thresh off even if I was paying attention, but I was too tunneled on the Draven, and I just die. Like, there's nothing for it. Like, I'll be honest. What happened there was my brain just kind of turned off, and I kind of forgot that TPing was a thing that I should have done. Like, I kind of forgot that TPing was an option. So, you know, I just didn't, and yeah. You see, so yeah, guys, when you when things are happening on the map and you have TP, right? Always be paying attention. Always be keeping in mind to, you know, TP, and in case you need it, right, or in case you see a good play. Otherwise, you know, otherwise you're gonna end up like me, you know, looking through a gray screen, watching your Zed just murder everybody without your participation. And yeah, oi oi oi. And Zed just murders everybody here. Like, there's not much else to say. Zed just kind of oh my goodness. And that's that. And team ends. And yeah, well, that's that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one.